Kia ora koutou aku tauira. In this lesson, we're going to talk about substituting variables. Now, in math, we're going to use symbols to represent numbers, operations, and formula. It's important to understand how these get arranged. It's useful to be able to explain mathematical ideas using words. However, it's equally important to be able to use symbols such as numbers, letters, and signs. Okay? And we're often going to use the letter X to represent some number in a mathematical calculation. And sometimes we refer to the letter X as a variable or pronumeral. Let's look at some examples. X plus 4 means a number with 4 added on. X minus 20 means 20 less than X, or the result of taking away 20 from a number. And we're going to write variables like X in italics or sloping letters to show they're different from an ordinary letter like X, which is just a cross. Multiplication and division. The two symbols, times and divide, are not used very often in algebra. We leave out the multiplication sign. So 5 lots of x or 5 times x is written as 5x. 5x means 5 times x or 5 lots of x. And instead of writing a division sign, we use a fraction symbol. X divided by 8 or x division symbol 8 is written as x over 8. When you see that fraction, you know that means x divided by 8, right? And that brings us to exercise 1.01. You're going to try those out today. Now, in math, we often use a letter such as x to represent a number, as we said before. If x is 7 and we have x plus 3 is 10, what we're going to do today is substitute. In place of the x, you're going to put a 7. 7 plus 3 would be 10. But sometimes that value changes. So if x plus 3 and x is 24, we replace the x with a 24. 24 plus 3 gives us 27. The number represented by x plus 3 depends on the value of x. We're going to try some of those for class today, substituting in some variables. Now, lastly, we've got a rule that can also show that two variables are multiplied. Example, a times b. Well, as we said in algebra, we're not going to use that times symbol all the time. So if you see ab, that means a times b. So with substitution, if a is 4 and b is 7, we know that AB means A times B. You'll substitute a 4 in for A, 7 in for B. A times B is 4 times 7, and that gives 28. Now you're ready to try today's Mahi o Te Ra, exercises 1101 to 1104. Please let me know if you have any patai, and if that's easy enough, go on to the gold bar question, Maori Mahi, Maori Ora, ka kite ano.